What's up, everybody? So here we got a fantastic package of stuff that I ordered from Big Bad Toy Store. I believe there's 17 items in this box. So let's go ahead and get it open and take a look at what's inside. First up, we got some Masters of the Universe stuff. New Eternia Skeletor. So that's a pretty exciting item. Looking forward to getting that one open. Next up, we got some Mego stuff. Mego Planet of the Apes. So we got Brent. Next, we got Ra's al Ghul from the Justice League series. So that's pretty cool. Batman Beyond. That looks awesome. Again, there's a lot of Mego stuff in this package, so there's a lot to get to. We got Deathstroke. Looks awesome. From Star Trek, we got Core, one of the Klingons. That's very cool. Another Klingon from Star Trek, one of the good guys, Lieutenant Worf. Awesome. And I picked up another Geordi LaForge, mainly because I wanted to have this particular uniform. So that's pretty cool. More Planet of the Apes. This is the variant of the mutant leader. This is the one with the human face on it. Also got Taylor from Planet of the Apes. A little Charlton Heston action going there. We got the variant of Dr. Zero. So this is when she goes back to old Earth and wears sort of more human style clothing. More Star Trek. Captain Sisko. That looks fantastic. And here we got Quark, also from Deep Space Nine. So I got two characters from that series. And we got some Marvel stuff in here. We got Thor. This is from the 3 3/4 inch Marvel Legends series. That looks awesome. Also got the Thing from the Fantastic Four. Very cool. Here we got Wolverine. Looking great. And we got Mr. Fantastic, also from the Fantastic Four. So that's very cool. And that pretty much does it for this box. So the rest is all bubble wrap. So let's set this stuff up and take a look at everything I got in this package. Okay, so here we got everything assembled from this Big Bad Toy Store order. And I can't be more happy. Basically, this is just a plethora of really fantastic stuff. And it will lead to a whole bunch of brand new videos on my channel. So that's very exciting. And all the stuff is really adding to my collection in really interesting ways. So we'll start here with the Marvel stuff. And I have been collecting these 3 3/4 inch action figures. I know some people have been critical of these due to the lack of sophisticated articulation. And I understand that criticism. Yeah, these are sort of like, 5 points of articulation or 7 points of articulation in some cases. But I think they're very cool, and I love the card art. I think these just look fantastic. So, and I now have all the members of the Fantastic Four from this series. So that's pretty satisfying to have completed that particular collection. So, because I have the other two members, Invisible Woman and also the Human Torch. So that's really great. I'd say the only criticism I have of this one is they didn't do anything with his limbs in terms of, extending them out or anything like that. So I'd say this one is probably a little lackluster by comparison of, what they could have done with it. But I still like it in terms of being a complete team. It's definitely essential to have all the members of the Fantastic Four. So now I have him, and I also have the Thing. So, and I think they look great. I think they did, very good in terms of the detail and stuff on these. So very exciting to have those. And I picked up a couple more of these Thor. I already had the Loki figure, so as soon as they announced that they were doing Thor, I was like, "Yep, got to have him." And I think they did a great job. You can see he has a much more muscular physique than some of the other characters, so I think that looks great. I also like, his winged sort of helmet too. I think that looks very cool. So very excited to have this, and also got Wolverine. So again, I think that looks great. And they did him shorter too, which is appropriate for the way he actually is in the comic book as well. So I think that's very cool. So very excited to have those. And then in terms of a lot of the stuff, it's all from Mego. And these all represent, I believe, Wave 15 figures. So very excited to have these. The Planet of the Apes stuff is great. So having Dr. Zira, I would have loved to get the Topps version, but I missed out on the window of opportunity to order that one, unfortunately. So I'm going to have to settle for the variant of this, but I do think it looks great. I really like the head sculpt. I think that looks fantastic. And maybe somewhere down the line, I'll be able to acquire either a vintage version or the reproduction, because I would like to have a version of Zira in her more traditional ape outfit. But this version is cool, and you can see the picture of the character in that outfit on the back of the package too. So there are scenes where she actually appears like this. So that's pretty interesting. And we have Taylor, and this is the version of him in the astronaut outfit. So as you've seen, if you've been watching my channel, I have the version of Brent in the astronaut outfit too. So this is the counterpart to that figure. And I believe this version has the old school body. So this is not the modern articulation, I don't think, because I'm looking at the hands and they do look like the 2018 version of the Mego body. So that's kind of cool. Again, I like both versions of that body. So, and here we can see sort of almost like a cartoon rendering of Taylor escaping from the sinking ship as it crashed into the water. So that's pretty cool. And then next up, we got the variant of the mutant leader. Again, if you've been watching my channel, you saw I did the review of the Topps exclusive mutant leader and Brent. So these are the variants. So here we have a completely different head sculpt on this figure. So it's very nice to have something completely different. And on the back of the package, you can see the picture is also different on this too. So that's excellent. And then back here we have the Brent variant as well. So this is him in captured mode, basically where they dress him in rags, and he has a leash around his neck. So this one is the modern articulated body, though. You can see the joints and everything. Those are not in the elastic bands. And also a different picture of Brent on the back of the package, too. So that's quite nice. So looking great. So one exciting thing about this package was how much Star Trek stuff there was in here. Beginning here with Quark. And again, these are the variants of the Topps exclusives. I missed out on quite a few of them. Pretty much the only Topps exclusives I was able to get were the Brent and Mutant Leader. And because of the narrow window of opportunity to order those, they only gave you like a week in order to order them. And so there were quite a few waves that I missed out on, unfortunately. But thankfully, they released all these variants. So now I have a version of Quark in my collection. So that's really cool. And I liked what they did with the head sculpt. And you can see the picture of the character here on the back. So that's very cool. And we also have from Deep Space Nine, we have Ben Sisko. And again, I think the head sculpt looks great. Very much looks like Avery Brooks. And again, this is the new Mego body. I can tell just from the hands that this is very likely the new Mego body on this one. And again, just a simple picture of him on the back. So looks very cool. And this is a variant of the Starfleet uniform. So a little bit different from the version that came from Topps. But just very happy to have any version of this character. Definitely one of my favorites from Deep Space Nine. So that's very cool. And then over here we have Worf. And I was probably the most heartbroken over not being able to get Worf in the collection from Topps, but thankfully they released this variant. And because I picked up an extra version of Geordi, I actually now have the uniform to replicate the version of Worf that we actually see in the Topps exclusive. So, and again, I think this is the version with the traditional Mego body, the 2018 version. I can just tell from the hand sculpt. So yeah, that's kind of cool. Yeah, just very excited to have this in my collection. You can see a picture of Worf here on the back. So looks great. And then we also have from the original series, we have Kor, the Klingon that is one of the adversaries of Captain Kirk. So very excited to have this. Any characters from the original series are a great addition to my collection. And you can see a picture of him on the back of the package too. So again, just looks fantastic and just super excited to have that. I also like the fact they did the Klingon blaster as well, the Klingon, what do they call it, disruptor. So that's very cool. Very excited to have that. And then we also have some DC characters as well. We got Deathstroke. And this figure actually uses some of the accessories from the Snake Eyes exclusive. So that's pretty cool. Also includes this M16, which is, I believe, a replica of the one that was included with the Planet of the Apes figures as well. Also comes with a sword. Lots of cool accessories with this. Almost would call it a deluxe figure just in terms of how many accessories come with this. So that's very cool. And then the counterpart of those, again, these were Diamond Comic Distributors Incorporated exclusives. Only 5,000 of these were produced. And we have Batman Beyond. And again, the belt looks very cool in there. Also includes a cape. So very cool. I like that cartoon series. I think they did a very good job with it. So you can see a picture of the character here on the back and on the front as well. So very cool in terms of the packaging on these. I think they did a really good job on these. So very excited to have both of those. And then we got Ra's al Ghul, nice Batman villain here. So very excited to have this. There weren't too many of the Wave 15 DC characters that I necessarily needed because I have versions of a lot of them from Figures Toy Company, so I didn't necessarily need to pick them up, but I didn't have a version of Ra's al Ghul, so I'm like, okay, well, yeah, let's go ahead and pick this up. And on the back of the package, you can see a nice big picture of the character as well, and Justice League logos are on this one, so looks pretty interesting, and just nice to have another sort of Batman adversary. And then last but not least, we have this new Eternia Skeletor. And this version of Skeletor, I mainly picked up because you can actually replicate his sort of look from the traditional version because they included this extra head sculpt. And this is going to be in the proper scale with my Revelation He-Man. So it's just nice to have another counterpart in that larger scale that's going to go along with that. So I think that looks great. The accessories look very detailed too on this. So, and I know the articulation on these is quite good as well. So I don't know how many of these I'm going to pick up. Again, the scale is not really in keeping with most of my other Masters of the Universe characters, but I did want to have the counterpart to He-Man in the scale. So I thought it was a good idea to kind of pick this up. So I think it looks fantastic. That's all I have for you today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see the various reviews of these action figures that arrived in this order, think about subscribing to my channel because those videos will be coming very soon. So stay tuned. Until next time, I hope you're having a great day and thanks for watching.